Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
So, One Up Gaming back again, episode 350. If people don't remember, which I can't remember, the last time I saw this young lad, he was almost bald and was like a skinny little 17-year-old.
Gee, oh, fuck me. Wow. Wow. We're still allowed to swear on here, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't care.
Oh, perfect. Fucking hell, it's been about 10 years? It's been about 10 years. It's been a very long fucking time. I have hair on my head. I have dreadlocks now, which is crazy. I have like somewhat of a beard, which is weird. And it's been a long time. The last one of these I remember was, like we were saying before, making fun of Mike Small. No, Matt Small, I think his name was. Just making fun of his name for like way longer than was appropriate. Especially because that was the first time I spoke to the man. And I was just fucking digging in. Christ.
Yeah, they never replied back to my emails.
No, they did not. Ooh. Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. And now look, you got like just still going. That's the thing, you're still going. You're the most determined man I know.
I've got no else to do.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That was the same back then too. We didn't have anything better to do. This was our thing. This is our thing. I still can't believe it's been that long.
No, I mean, I didn't think it was that long. I thought it was about 4 or 5 years maximum.
I wish. I wish. I'm 27 now.
Yeah.
I'm 27 now. Jesus.
And there's me sending you into these London sort of little shindigs when you were 17. I had to lie to say you were 18.
I remember that. Those were... I'm not gonna lie, most of them were boring as hell. Most of them were boring as hell. I don't know what it is with the gaming industry and not being able to throw an event well, but fuck. Jesus. I hope it's gotten better in like the last 10 years, but Jesus Christ, were they boring. I remember one of the ones you sent me to was, I can't remember the game's name, but it was at Pinewood Studios. And I just sat there. You had people travel there from like hours away for a 20-minute like showing of a game that wasn't even that good. And then people were like, okay, that's it. Here's free headphones. And then that was it. That was the whole thing. Free headphones, 20 minutes of one guy talking. And then people were able to ask questions. No one asked questions. That was the entire thing. And it was the most boring shit I've ever seen. It was the most boring thing. It really, really was. Christ.
Did you go to a Nintendo one?
No.
Oh, I can't remember who someone went to a Nintendo one and they said that was rubbish.
There were, like, gaming events are hit and miss, right? They're either incredibly good or just incredibly shit. Like, there'll be, like, finger food and shit just scattered around, or sometimes they'll have an open bar, or sometimes it'll just be outside for some fucking reason. None of it ever makes sense. It's very... they're very bad at holding events. They're very bad at holding their own events, is what I've noticed. But yeah, I don't know. Oh. One question I do have, though. Do you have another me? Because I've been gone for a while, and you must have tried to replace me at some point.
To be honest, the podcast as it is, I actually just record that on my own now. Because I was doing bits and bobs with others, but they were nearly always from America. And I had to stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to do the recording. And I just got to the point where I can't do it. I'm getting too old now. I couldn't do that.
Can't blame you. I can't blame you. I can't imagine staying up until 2 a.m. just to talk to someone about video games, and for half the time it be boring as fuck. I can't do that. I'd rather talk to myself. Um, so if you're doing the podcast by yourself, what about the YouTube channel streaming side of it? What are you?
A lot of the YouTube stuff now. We've got over 2,000 subscribers now.
That's good.
And with that, I do a weekly podcast where I do a video of me being recorded. I have the games we've been playing, so I play the video of the games as I'm talking about them. I have the weekly news, and I put the news screen up on there, and I take the audio from that, and I put that up as the MP3 podcast, and I cut the games we've been playing and the news out of that to make separate videos. So I make 3 videos and a podcast out of the one recording.
Who are the people, who else from the past, the old gang? How many of them have you gotten on for this?
I've emailed everyone, and unfortunately you're the only one to reply.
Oh, that does make sense. I do have the most free time. I feel like I have the most free time out of everyone. I'm literally just a student, so it's like I'm not even gonna. What else am I supposed to do? It's not like I'm gonna do my assignment work. But damn, this is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't thought about the podcast and all the stuff we used to say and all of that. I haven't thought about it in years. I haven't thought about it in years. So when you messaged me, it was a blast from the past. And now I'm just remembering all the weird shit I used to say.
Well, it's not just you. Everyone on the team. It was. I don't think we actually had. I don't even know if you were there, but we had. Oh God, I can't remember what the guy's name was, but we ended up talking about the African trade in the 1950s for 3 hours, and thankfully that it didn't record.
Jesus Christ. And that's when you know. That's when you know things need to change. That's fuck. Wow, I couldn't do that. Oh God. No, but this is the serious blast from the past. This is a part of my life that I had damn near forgotten completely. But it's also a part of my life where I feel like if I ever run for any type of office, this is getting dredged up so quick. I'm gonna see a lot. I'm gonna be hearing a lot of those old podcast episodes come up because I used to say some outlandish shit. Oh Christ!
Well, like I say, we're almost at 3. Well, we are. When this goes up, this will be 350, and you must have been on 150 episodes, give or take.
I think I was back when you were on before you got to 100. I think.
Oh, was that when it? And then I think, because I know you dropped out for a while, and then you came back for a few weeks, and then dropped out again.
Yeah, I think it was. I think when I started, you were on 50 something. I think.
So when you were around, was it Nathan?
Yeah.
Matthew?
I think so.
And then there was the 2 twins, Evie and Mel?
Yeah.
I don't know if you were ever there or not. Then there was a Ryan from America.
Yeah. I really hope those episodes never come to light. I really do.
Well, I don't have them here. Well, they're upstairs, I think. But I've got the first 100 podcasts available to buy.
Jesus Christ.
But £1 does go to the Diabetes UK charity, so that's good.
Oh, no, that is good. That is good. That's good. Oof. Oof. The moment you said Evie and Mel, I immediately remembered something. And I was like, "Fuck!" I was just like, "Fuck."
I
Oh
think
fuck!
they weren't they like 18, 19 when you were 17.
Yeah, they were like a year older than me, a year or two older than me, and I remember. I can't remember who said it. I can't remember who said it, but like we would say the most outlandish shit, and their reactions were the best part. Their reactions were the best part because they'd react completely differently to each other. So one would be all for it, and the other one would be just like, "No, what the fuck?" And it was great. It was great. Oh shit, that was great. That's a major blast from the past. I haven't heard those names in years.
So I think
We had one other guy as well.
who
I forgot his name. He was from the UK. Like a blonde hair. Can't remember. God
yeah, that
damn.
was Matt.
Yes, yes. Matt. I keep seeing him pop up on my social media for some reason. But yeah, him.
Because I think in all the time that we were, well, it's not even working together. We were just doing stupid things.
Yeah,
In all that time, I think we only met each other once when I came down to London.
yeah. It was
Was
only
that,
that one time.
was that 2013?
I think so. I think so. I think it was either 2013 or I don't think it was 2012. I
When
think it
did
was
the Xbox One
2013.
come out? Was that 2012 or 20? No, I think the Wii U came out 2012, and I think the Xbox came out 2013.
Yeah,
So it might have been 2014 then, because I had me Xbox with me.
Jesus, that was a while ago. That was a serious while ago.
Yeah,
Damn.
I had fun, but I was broken.
Oh, it was fun actually. It was fun. So we should have done that a lot more. I feel like we should have done that a lot more. All
Yeah,
of
I
us getting
wanted
together.
to do more sort of stuff, but at that time, I was living all the way up in Glasgow, and most of you guys were down in like London,
Yeah,
and it was quite a trek for me to.
it was a difficult time,
Yeah,
but it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
I mean, I enjoyed just literally coming onto the podcast, pressing record, and just saying, "What have you guys been up to?" and just sitting back
Yeah,
and just listening to some god awful stories.
we would say the stupidest shit every chance we got, and we would never. There was never like a moment of, oh, we probably shouldn't say this, or we probably shouldn't be talking about this, or maybe we shouldn't be swearing this much. No, none of it. That was never a thought in anyone's mind. We were just going, going, and God help us if there ever was like a debate that happened, that would go for hours. That would go for hours.
But it's like, I don't know if you ever listen back to any of the podcasts,
No.
because the recordings were like 3 hours, and I would cut them down to about an hour and a half.
I
So
never.
I would cut out a lot of the stuff that I thought, oof, that's gone a bit too far there.
I never listened back, and I've never listened back to any of the podcasts, mostly because I'm afraid what I'm gonna hear. Okay. Because I don't fully remember what I said. That's the problem. I never fully remember what I said. So if I actually do watch it back, and I'll be like, oh fuck that. Mm. That's never gonna go away. It's on the internet forever. It's on the internet forever. Um, and that's scary as shit. That is scary as shit. It's. I would be surprised to see how many people we actually have who used to listen to us back then and still listen to you now.
Well, mate, were you involved in the podcast 100?
Yeah,
The two-parter, one with the guy from Running with Scissors, from the Postal developer,
Yeah,
and then the
yeah, yeah,
second part with John Hare.
yeah. I think I
The
was on
first
John
part
Hare
of
bit.
that had over 50,000 downloads.
Yeah. Damn.
So
Damn. I mean, I would be surprised if I would be surprised like to see the numbers of like how many people listen then, listen now, and like how many people remember all the outlandish shit I used to say. Because like I'm pretty sure I had a catchphrase back then too. I never remember the fucking catchphrase, but I remember I had a catchphrase. Something I would say all the time. It is it's terrifying how quickly time flies. It's terrifying. Um but yeah, I don't even know what else to fucking say anymore. This is one of the few times I am fucking speechless.
I was gonna say, it doesn't sound like you if you can't say nothing.
Exactly. I am fucking speechless. I really am. I really am. It was a wild ride, for sure. It was a wild ride. It was one of the first, I think it was the first job I had in like a gaming adjacent industry.
Hmm.
And it was like my first taste of like those events and seeing those people and like being able to talk to the people that make the games. It was my first real like exposure to that. And it kind of just, for me, doing this solidified what I want to do. You know, it solidified, okay, I want to work in games in some way. Um, and I feel like one thing I will say, one thing I will definitely say for a lot of people to try is just like if you're interested in the industry, start from a media perspective. Because if you start from a media perspective, you learn a lot of shit. You learn a lot of shit. You learn who to listen to when there's announcements for games or like news breaks. You know who's gonna be lying to you, who's gonna be telling you the truth. You're gonna know. You're gonna get like to see industry events and see what the industry is actually like, and actually get to meet some. You might be able to meet the people. Not even might. You probably will meet the people who like who make the games that you're interested in. Some of them will like banter. Some of them will not. Some of them will be interesting. Some of them will be fucking boring. But it's gonna be it's like it will be a journey for you. And if you come out the other side still wanting to work in video games, then it's great. But if you come out the other side being like, I don't want to work in video games anymore, yeah, follow that instinct. Don't do that because it is a tiring fucking business. I'll tell you that much. It's a tiring fucking business. But I feel like instead of me just talking, maybe I should answer some questions as well, if you have any.
All I was gonna sort of ask is, are you still in touch with any of the people we used to chat with, or was it like a clean break?
Oh, it was a very clean break. It was an incredibly clean break. I didn't talk to anyone after it went after we left. It was just kind of they stopped speaking to me. I stopped speaking to them, and then that was it. Like Matt, I think I spoke to maybe once or twice after. Um, and I think I have him on LinkedIn. And then uh, the twins, no.
I
Of
think
what
they hated me.
from what I can remember, from what I can remember, that was a very difficult one. The twins. It was a difficult situation. It was a difficult situation, and I can't remember why. I know something was the only part of my memory from that thing, from them specifically, that I have left is that someone said something. I don't know which one of us it was. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was you. I don't know if it was Matt. But one of us said something, and it annoyed one of the twins so much that they were like, that they just disappeared. And I think it was like
what
something
happened?
like,
What happened was, as we were recording, they were talking between themselves, but not putting themselves on mute. And I had to have a private word with them about being professional. And one of them burst out in tears. And then it was like, oh, this didn't go well.
I remember that. I remember you telling us that happened. I remember you telling us that happened, and me and Matt were taking the piss. We were like, you didn't have to make her cry. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad one. Woo. I mean, better you than me, but fuck it up. And then, wow, so what was the other one? I don't think I spoke to anyone else. I don't think I spoke to anyone else. No. Yeah, no, I don't think I spoke to anyone else after. It was very much like just after I left the podcast, it was just kind of life back to normal. Which was like, it was a bit strange. It was a bit of like a shell shock, but it was interesting. It was an interesting thing for me.
But it's like, I think what you guys didn't realize, it was like you guys, I can't even remember when it was, like every Friday, every Sunday, whatever, whenever we were recording. For you guys, it was just turn up at 8 o'clock, record for an hour, and that was it.
Yeah.
For me, it was turn up half hour early, get everything prepared, get the scripts written, get all the research done, all the news done, and then I'd have to record everything. Then I'd have to save all the files. Then I'd have to edit it all together. So I would be spending 2 or 3 days on each episode. You know, it was getting quite, and then especially when we had like 5 or 6 people on each show.
Yeah.
It was quite hard muting people that were talking over the top of others, and it was just getting, you know, every 3 seconds, like cutting little bits out, and it was just taking a toll.
It's a lot. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to make something like this work that I feel like not a lot of people understand. Like, there's a reason why now you have like these big podcasts who have like entire teams.
Yeah, you have the hosts, then you have the production team that do all the editing and all the setting up.
Like, there's an entire reason why there is a team behind it, because it takes a lot of people to do that work. And I feel like it was a lot more difficult because we were all around about the same age. Like,
I'm much older.
Yeah, you were like, you had to be the adult in the room, when the rest of us, we were all around the same age. So it was very much just like we were talking because we're all around the same age. It was very easy for us to talk, very easy for us to like have that flow of conversation. But that isn't what a podcast should be. It should be more cohesive. But our conversations were never cohesive. It was just a topic and then talk amongst yourselves, and then it was just a lot of conversation. And like people talking over each other, people interrupting each other. It was fucking awful. But so funny to record.
But it's like, you think that was awful. I mean, I've had someone on the team since, and we had some interviews, and the guys, after we'd finished the interview, they were sort of like saying the goodbyes to me and all this, that, the other. And then this other guy started talking. And then they were on the phone on the call for over like another 45 minutes after. Because this guy he just couldn't get it in his head that the interview was over. Let them go. They've got lives. But he just kept going on and on and on. And I was just like, I'm never doing an interview with that guy ever again. It was an absolute nightmare.
I feel like the issue that comes about with like just doing these type of like podcast things and just doing the interviews in general the main issue I've found is just like finding people who understand how to have a conversation, how to end the conversation. If you don't understand how to begin and end the conversation, podcasting is not for you, because you're going to be going on for hours and you do not have the time. You do not have the time to go on for hours and hours and hours. And it was something that I had to learn as well. It was something I had to learn. I had to learn, like, because it is weird because this was before the pandemic and everything.
Yeah,
So
long before.
we were talking. I was used to speaking in person. I wasn't doing like video calls and that type of thing. It just wasn't my thing. So I was used to talking in person and like being able to like jump in when someone's saying something, and having those facial cues and like body language cues that you can use to be like, to say, oh, I'm going to jump in right now. I'm going to jump in. Or I'm going to quickly say something, that type of thing. I was so used to that. I wasn't used to having a video call. So like the courtesies you have to give when you can't see someone's face, or when you can only hear their voice, or when you can see their face, but they're not paying attention to you specifically. It's that. So then that's one thing I had to learn. It took me a while to learn. It took me a while to do it well. To have that conversation experience of just like, okay, I can say this now, I can say this now, I can say this now. I need to wait for them to finish. I need to wait for them to finish. I need to see if anyone else wants to add on to the conversation before I say something. There's a lot of like courtesies you have to give that I just didn't know how to do. But I did learn them. It took me a while, but I did learn. It takes time. Like, this isn't something that you can just like do out of nowhere. This is something that like it's not just about being interesting or having an interesting topic. It's about being able to hold, because like the way I look at it is, a podcast is a one-sided conversation. You are talking, the other person, your audience is listening, but you are still having a conversation with them. So you still have to have the right appropriate amount of breaks in it while you're talking. You have to have like moments where like it's not quiet, but they can think about what you just said, or it's not quiet, but they can. It's almost like you're waiting for them to give you an answer, type of thing. Very few people understand how to do that well, but I feel like when we used to get into the rhythm of it all, we did that so well. We did that so well, where it was just...
We had a couple of really good episodes.
Yeah.
In the 150 or whatever, we had a couple of good ones.
Oh, yeah. Like, we had... It was more entertainment than conversation, but we were very good entertainment. We were very, very good entertainment.
I will just say, though, we've been rambling on a while. I think the recorder's about to finish in about 20 seconds.
Yes.
So, Eddie, it's been amazing to chat with you. We have new merch on our store. So we have little beanie hats that are available to buy on our store. Just go to our YouTube channel and they're on there.